Hi people, this is Christian Herrera. I'm in my car. I'm down by the marina. I went down to check on my boat. It's like 22 meters per second right now, northeast wind. So I just went down to check, and actually we had the sea levels that was extremely high. As I will put a short clip from a place near my boat where the sea actually had taken over the land, and even on my way out to my boat, actually the sea level was so high, so I needed to step out of the car and put on rubber boots and walk to the boat. It's taking over a lot. So, but that's that. Today is the 26th, I think, of February. I've been out. I didn't go to the office today. I have been doing stuff related to home. So I actually went and to the store and in daytime and bought a lot of groceries. Well, not a lot, but did the shopping for a week or something, or 2 weeks, and totally normal. And I was like baffled to see that still there are people coughing straight out in the air, not, you know, in the side of the elbow as you should do, and as I was taught when I was a kid. And well, it's just that it's so such lack of respect. Today I'm going to do a short update on the corona situation again. When I was working, because I work from home sometimes, and when I was working I saw this that the Swedish television has released an extra news, and it's like 1 hour long, when they're trying to calm the people. Actually, it sounds like they're trying to calm the people down, and they're talking about how well prepared we are here in Sweden, and how Sweden hasn't handled this in a bad way due to the circumstances in comparing to other peoples in Europe, other countries in Europe. And I don't know how much I agree with that, what they've been saying, but still I don't think there's any cause for panic, and because panicking is the worst that can happen. If people start panicking and start hoarding and you know, emptying the shops, it would make it worse for everyone. And especially here in Sweden, we have such good ways to buy groceries without even going to the store. We have home delivery from almost every store, and the store I buy from, I can actually ask them to put everything in boxes and put it in a refrigerator outside of the store, and then I go and I'll unlock it, and I can just bring the stuff home and pay with a card outside of the store. So I mean, so, or I can ask for a home delivery. So actually I don't think that there is any use in trying to start hoarding groceries and hoarding stuff in Sweden, because we have these systems in place where you can, you know, why take the risk to go to the store if you can get home delivery? So that's that. I was checking out some news pages. Actually, if you want to have more accurate news here in Sweden and get a grasp of what's happening, you shouldn't follow the state news too much. If you try to follow the local newspapers from the different regions, you get more accurate information. They are more liberal in what they're posting on their sites and on their papers. And as I was listening to this extra news from the Swedish national television, I will post a link to that for the Swedish speakers. Yeah, they're just saying that everything is calm, everything is nice, and we shouldn't be too concerned that it's still not counting on a major outbreak in Sweden. And I just wanted to address a couple of things today. When I was looking in the local papers for different regions, there were actually a lot of them calling the Smittskyddsinstitutet and Samhälls- och beredskaps, well, the authorities that are in charge, they were actually calling them out and saying, no, we don't have the resources to repair. And if you listen to what the officials are saying from Smittskyddsinstitutet, they are all saying that it's the different small regions' responsibility to see that they have protective gears and everything they need to handle an outbreak due to look at that circumstances. But as I said before, the Swedish hospitals are underfunded. The municipalities that actually are the regional instances are extremely underfunded, and they have lack of personnel. They're already crowded in many regions. So I start thinking that if something happens, if we get a major outbreak and shit hits the fan for real here in Sweden, who is going to be responsible? Are the officials from Smittskyddsinstitutet on the higher instances just going to kick it down to say that the municipalities didn't do their job, while they don't have any resources because the blood them dried? Yeah, it's I don't even know why we're paying taxes anymore. But well, so and for a long time ago we used to have something that was called tjänstemannaansvar. It was responsible that you as an official was responsible for what you did on your job and for your job, and that's gone away now. And actually we should many officials in Sweden actually handles their job extremely bad, and they spreading the people's money on stupid stuff like I think they spent 1 or 2 million on art for worms and snakes in the forests. I mean, that kind of things. And yeah, there's this site, this person that calls himself what does he call himself? Something ombudsmannen, slöseriombudsmannen, wasting ombudsman. And he actually lifts up a lot of these wasted money that actually are the people's money. I think it was an old prime minister in Sweden that said every badly spent crown is theft from the people. And I strongly agree with that statement. Well, so I'm going to post links to the articles where they're calling the Smittskyddsinstitutet out and saying that they don't have the resources to handle this. And I also want to address this, that they're saying the Swedish authorities are saying that they're handling this similar to other countries. Okay, let's start with Iran. Yesterday they landed a plane in Gothenburg from Iran. No screening. They didn't take care of the people that comes from there. No medical attention. They're just letting them go, and they give them a recommendation to stay at home and check their health. Okay, but they need. I mean, these people need to work. We have an incubation time that's can be everything from 3 to 5 days up to 27 days. That's the longest incubation times reported. And you are contagious in the non-symptomatic phase of the disease while you're still in incubation. So what I find that they're doing, they're actually like inviting the disease here, clearly. And the same with this from Tenerife. They have an outbreak in Tenerife in a hotel. They have 1,000 person in quarantine. I don't know if the outbreak is so big there, but still. It come a plane here. They just let it land. No information to the persons that was on the plane. I mean, even if they recommend you to stay in home quarantine and you have the opportunity to get money if you don't go to work because you're in quarantine, but still a lot of these people won't follow the recommendations because they're still recommendations. They're nothing that you're obliged to do. They're still recommendations. And I know that some of the people that comes don't have the same sense of how to say, of respect for the authorities as the Swedes have. The Swedes are very orderly. Okay, the Swedes are extremely orderly, and in Sweden you have this culture. If you ask someone kindly, it's actually an order. If you say, "Can you please pass me the butter?" it doesn't mean "could you," it means "do it" in Sweden. So we have a different way of communication in Sweden than we have in other countries. And I know that a Swede, if you tell them that you should stay at home and you shouldn't have contact with other people, a Swede would take that seriously. But I know that in other cultures people don't do that. They say, "Oh, no, it's nothing serious, it's just a recommendation, it's not an order." So that's that. So I think that actually an outbreak here and there now are inevitable, since the Swedish officials and the way they're handling it, they're actually inviting the disease. But still, I don't see any cause for panic for anyone. For myself, I am, I live in the countryside. I don't, I avoid people in normal cases anyway. I mean, the less people I see, the better. I don't like being around too much people. I don't like crowded places. I really hate to travel by bus and subway, especially since I'm very overly sensitive to perfumes. So every time I travel by bus, I have problems breathing. I get the allergic reactions due to all the perfumes that people have. So I don't expose myself to that. I don't do that. So what I wanted to have said, that people don't need to panic. For me, I'm taking the precautions now, and actually when I think about it, a person should take these precautions even if not for the coronavirus, especially in the months of January and February, because these are the influenza times. You have the common flu running all over. You have this popular winter vomiting sickness, as it's called here in Sweden. It's an illness that goes around every year in these times, so people get a bad stomach and stop vomiting and stuff. So actually these precautions that I'm taking now, you should take them anyways every year. So what I'm doing now, I was checking out, I'm following some doctors on the YouTube channels, and I'm checking out while I'm working. I listen to what different doctors says. In normal cases, when it's not these kinds of outbreak, I usually listen to the debates from the Riksdagen while I'm working. So I just keep myself informed, and I listen to what they're saying all the time. And I think it was Dr. John Cambel I've been listening to a lot too. It's a very interesting channel. There's a video he dropped today where he's talking about how the disease is much more contagious than they thought from the beginning. I will put a link to that video in the description, and then you can check out the Good Doctor by yourselves. He has actually very good tips on how to take care of yourself and how to avoid getting infected. But I'm beating around the bush now. No, what I'm been doing, or what I'm doing, just, you know, when I come home, I try to avoid touching eyes, nose, mouth, touching my face in general with my hands, because hands are dirty. When I come home, I wash my hands, I leave my clothing outside, and also when I buy groceries, when I get the groceries, when I go and buy them, I just take with spirit vinegar and I just wipe them off. And actually, what I heard from the doctors is that this virus is not staying alive on surfaces for long. I mean, some viruses can stay alive for days, but what I heard is that this new coronavirus actually just stays alive for a few hours. So that's not a big risk, but just for the precautions, I just wipe the stuff with spirit vinegar, and I put them in the refrigerator or where they need to be, and just avoid crowds, basically. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried, and I'm not worried for people here in Sweden. We have a good sense for hygiene. It's just what's been annoying me is that people just coughing right in the air, or coughing in their hands, and not in the inner side of the elbow. So that's what I'm asking people to do. And if you're sick, stay at home. I hope you like these videos. If you like them, please leave a comment. If you think that I'm wrong, please leave a comment. If you think that I'm right, please leave a comment. I'm going to, as soon as this situation is over, I'm going to start making videos about Swedish politics. I'm going to still continue the news and you know, thoughts on life. Maybe some common vlogs like boating trips with my boat or stuff like that. And I think that I need to go traveling. I'm going to travel to Latvia this weekend, or from tomorrow. I'm going to travel to Latvia to help out with a business. So I will be back in like 3 days or something. But after that, I will start my YouTube channel that I actually been planning to start. So I will leave more information in my videos when I come back. And that channel will actually be about internet technology, internet and technology. I've been working with internet marketing since my 20s, so it's about 20 years. And I have been studying Unix and networks, and I have been a programmer when I was younger, so I have some information I can talk about. And those videos are going to be about internet technology, Linux, internet standards, maybe some SEO. I mean, internet and technology related stuff. So if you want to, please follow me on that channel, because they are going to be more professional and not as personal as I am on these personal vlogs. Well, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're having a nice time, and goodbye.